Welcome back to the channel. I got something a little bit different for you guys today. Starting a new weekly series here. Going to be calling this Gladiator Toys What If series. So what we're going to do is basically focus on toy lines that don't exist, but what if they did? And what figures would we want to see in those particular toy lines? So this week, my what if toy line is, what if Mcfarlane Toys was to make a action figure line for the show Yellowstone? And the reason I go with McFarlane, McFarlane can do it in similar to his pattern he uses for the DC figures and stuff, so they can run the $20 to $25 range, which is, I would expect to see a good probably 12 characters ish, and it would be semi affordable to still collect them at that range. When you're talking NECA, I don't think Yellowstone is the right spot for NECA, or NECA is the right spot for Yellowstone. But if not McFarlane, let me know in the comments, who do you think would do better at making Yellowstone? As we've seen in the past, as far as like these type TV shows, like Mattel, Hasbro, your two big ones, they don't usually jump on this kind of stuff. So that's why I went with McFarlane. I think it's right up McFarlane's alley. I think it'd be cool to see a line with these cowboys. There's a little modern take on the cowboys. It's not your John Wayne cowboys. But as far as the figure line would go, I would like to see, of course, the main family. You know, you got John, Kevin Costner's character, Beth. You would have to do Beth. Casey. Definitely would have to do Casey. And I mean, I wouldn't do it in the first series or anything, but I guess they could do Jamie. I wouldn't put Jamie as a main one that anyone would need, but the main ones there: Casey, Beth, John, and then of course Rip. Without Rip, the series would suck anyway. So, figures. I'm sorry, but like there's your series one. There's 4 figures: John, Beth, Casey, and Rip. Moving on, you got to get into the bunkhouse. And when you get to the bunkhouse, there's some main ones I would want to see. Lloyd, of course. I don't want that series without Lloyd, so I'd want Lloyd in there. Teeter, I think Teeter's a great character. Teeter, Walker, I think Walker would be a good figure. Come with the guitar, be pretty good. With Walker and Lloyd, you could even include an extra head with their beat up faces. I wouldn't have much of an issue with that. I think it'd be a pretty interesting way to do that. Of course, if you've got Teeter, you got to have Colby. I would say Ryan even would be a good one. And then you can move into you've got Monica and Tate. So you got the rest of Casey's family there. You could throw in Carter. Carter wouldn't be a bad one. This would be, into your Series 3 or Series 4 characters to do. I wouldn't, one that I would say I have to have if they would do this, is the Thomas Rainwater's right-hand man, Mo. I think he's an intriguing character on the show. As he stand out big time among the huge cast? No, but I think he's one of my favorite characters in the show. So Mo would definitely need to happen, and I guess if you're gonna do Mo, might as well do Thomas Rainwater. And if you're getting that deep into it, you got Travis, which would be Taylor Sheridan's character. One of the creators of the show. So that would be a pretty cool figure. Um, Now, you could go deeper into it. You could do Gator, the cook for the family and the bunkhouse. You could do Young Rip and Young John. That wouldn't be too bad. You're getting a little obscure going down this road with Gator and the young ones. As far as the antagonists go, I mean, Jamie kind of falls in that category. Wade Morrow would be one that I think would be a good figure of one of the bad guys. He wasn't in very many episodes. He did have a pretty brutal demise, so not a bad one to use. As far as the other ones, I mean, they're not action figure worthy type bad guys. You know what I'm saying? They're just suits. Um, and I at the moment can't remember any of their names. The Dan Jenkins guy from season one, uh, and Thomas Rainwater at some points was an antagonist. I guess the Beck brothers would be okay to have as figures. But as far as the bad guys go for the show, they're just not as toyetic as some of the cowboys, the good guys on the show. I mean, with and we already know McFarlane can do horses, so I could see doing this line and having a couple of horses. Now, every figure doesn't need a horse. Would it be cool to have one for every figure? Yeah. But you could do the horse to where you can make a few of them interchangeable. Maybe like do 3 different horses, and then maybe the different characters come with their own saddle, so that you just have to use 3 horses. If that was really, that's getting kind of deep. As far as display purposes, if you was trying to display all your main ones on their horses, it'd be kind of a nightmare. They're going to run you about $40 for the horse, I'm sure. They could do some 2-packs. I like I said, I would do maybe like John with the horse, or Rip. Rip on horseback would be one that I think people would eat up. But as far as doing every character with a horse, I don't think that's a good idea. But I think it'd be a cool series. I love the series Yellowstone, and I would love to see them do action figures. I know they've done some Funko Pops. I haven't got into the prequel series yet, but I hope to, and I hope it's just as good. I don't know if I mentioned Jimmy earlier. Jimmy would be an okay figure because Jimmy's got a pretty good story arc. From his, him only being there as a favor, to him realizing that having the brand makes him part of the family of the ranch. Means means these guys drifting through, they don't mess with him. He belongs here, you don't, type deal. So when he understands that, but then you see him leave, and it breaks Lloyd's heart because he got to see Jimmy go from a troubled youth to a cowboy, and Lloyd didn't really get to cowboy with him, and he was proud of him. So it was a cool arc that Jimmy had. And there's rumors that they're going to do their own show for the 4-6's ranch, and of course Jimmy would be there. And again, you're getting into obscure characters, but like Laramie and Mia, the 2 girls, and Laramie's the girl that caused the big fight between Lloyd and Walker. So I don't. Again, it's not, those two are not figures that would be necessary. I think as far as the women figures go, Beth definitely, and Monica, I think, you know, again, almost obscure, but I think Monica would make a good figure, a good character to have in the in a display for the Yellowstone figures. Um, and something else that I think that's the big problem with them is you're gonna want cloth goods at least for their shirts or jacket, because the branded ones you want to see that. You know, possibly, you know, be able to recreate on display a scene, maybe the scene where Rip branded Walker, or where Rip branded the majority of the bunkhouse type stuff. So I think they need shirts that are removable, and that needs to be included, the brand. If you don't watch Yellowstone, you don't know what I'm talking about. I do apologize, but I would recommend checking it out. It's not like your normal westerns. It's not like a John Wayne western, you know. So don't get into it expecting something like that. It's ranch owners in modern day type stuff. So, but it's still really good. I really enjoyed it. Puppy is just trying to get into everything right now. But that is what I would like to see from, like I said, Mcfarlane on this. I would love to see an action figure line based on Yellowstone. I didn't really get into accessories. I mean, of course, most of them, all your cowboys, they got to come with the cowboy hat. You know, most of them should come with the rope. And of course, you're going to have a few pew pews in there. You know, that's one of those things. There's not a lot of that, but there's enough of it in the show. So I think not every figure has to come with one. There's other accessories they can come with. Like I said, if plans were to do you know, a couple of horses to where you can saddle them up for your figure, them each having their own saddle would be interesting. So, but that's the first episode in the Gladiator Toys What If series. So, I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you are excited to join me for next week's episode. They'll be releasing every Tuesday. We'll be doing a What If. And if you have any ideas, you want to see me discuss a particular show or movie, it doesn't have to be a show or a movie. It could be a video game. You know, hit me up. Let me know in the comments what other shows, movies, video games you think might need an action figure line. And I'll dig into it. And puppy. I'll dig into it and see what we can. You know, the show's not about you. Okay, all right, it can be about you. And we'll get into it and see what kind of figures we want to see from those. But that's going to do it for this one. Thank you guys so much for watching. Good gracious. I swear she gets plenty of attention. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you hadn't already, check out my other channel, Gladiator Wrestling Podcast. If you're into wrestling and wrestling figures, that's the place to be. Check it out. Show it some love. We just had a giveaway over there, and we're already getting ready for another one. We got to get some help, though. We need to hit 500 subscribers over there. Over here, do the same thing. Help me out. Share. Like, comment, and hit the share button. Tell everybody about this channel. Help me build it up, because once I hit 100, we'll do the first giveaway over here as well. So, that's going to do it, though. Once again, thank you guys so much for watching. Gladiator out.